Hey everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we are going to be unboxing Red Velvet's latest summer mini album, Velvet Summer. So I have two copies of the Big Wave version right here. They did two separate covers for that version, so I have both covers on hand. And then I also have one copy of the High Tide version. So we're going to get through all three of these today. There is also another version that is not going to be in this unboxing video because they released it at a later date, but SM once again released Sminny versions for Red Velvet. So I did order a 5 CD set of the Sminnies, and those will probably come in a separate unboxing video along with two more additional copies of the Big Wave version. So you can definitely expect another unboxing video for those somewhere down the line. I did get all of these from K-Town For You, and so K-Town For You was doing pre-order benefits for the Big Wave version. So because I got two copies of the Big Wave version, I got two pre-order benefits, and so we can look at these real quick right here. I'll actually take these out of the plastic real quick. Alrighty, so we have both pre-order benefits out of the plastic, and so these are both the photo cards that I got from K-Town For You. I have Irene up first here, so she is doing a kissy face and a cheek poke, and she has a backwards hat on right there, and then we're just going to flip it over, and the back is a very pretty teal color, and it says Surfin' Boy on the back. And then the next pre-order benefit that I got was Yeri. And so we have a very pretty photo of Yeri here. It looks like she's standing on a beach somewhere. And then the back is exactly the same. So these are the two random pre-order benefits that I got for Velvet Summer. And I did actually go pretty all out for this comeback, even though it doesn't look like I did as of right now. So as I mentioned, I did get two more copies of the Big Wave version from K-Town For You, and those should also come with pre-order benefits. So hopefully, as long as I don't pull Yeri or Irene in those pre-order benefits when I receive them, I can get 4 of the 5 K-Town For You pre-order benefits. And then in addition to that, I have ordered a lot to my Korean address for this comeback. So I have ordered a full set of Makestar pre-order benefits, a full set of SM Town Store and Berries pre-order benefits. I think they're like combined stores, I guess. I also ordered a full set of Lucky Draws for Makestar, and then a full set of Lucky Draws for Everline. So we're going to be getting pretty soon, whenever all that stuff, I guess, gets to my Korean address and I can ship it to myself, we are going to be getting a ton of Red Velvet photo cards and just Red Velvet content in general, and I'm just so excited, and yeah, I'm just really looking forward to getting into it today. I don't really have too much else to go over in this intro, so I guess let's go ahead and get started with the unboxing. So first up, we are going to flip through the Big Wave version, and I do have two copies. However, SM did the thing that they normally do, and the photo books are exactly the same. I already took a peek myself, and some of the photos on the first couple pages do match both of these photo books, so it's just different covers, and actually all the inclusions, except I think for the CD itself, are also the same as far as I could tell. So unfortunately, we will only have one Big Wave version to flip through today, but at least we will have multiple chances at, like, you know, different photo cards and postcards and posters and stuff like that. So I think this is my favorite cover of the two. So we have an OT5 shot of them on the front here. They're all holding surfboards. And then we have a big wave in the background, I guess, to kind of accentuate that this is the Big Wave version. And then on the back, we have another OT5 photo of them, I guess, at like a lifeguard post. And then we do have the track list on the bottom right here. And I won't go too in-depth here at the beginning, but I will talk about it when I start to flip through the photo book. But I think my favorite track on this entire mini is probably Hula Hoop. And then followed very closely by that is Hawaii. So I think those are my top two. And then I'll probably talk about them and the rest of the tracks when we start to flip through the photo book. All right, so as we open up the Big Wave version, we have this very pretty yellow page to start things off. And then we have the logo for this era kind of repeated several times on this page. And I guess a quick note too is that this like album version, it feels kind of newspapery to me. Like it's very like the paper that they used, I guess, just feels like newspaper. On the inside, these pages feel a bit glossy, so I think the inside photos are glossy, but definitely this outside right here, this outside cover is very newspapery, and honestly, it feels kind of cheap. I don't know if there's a better word to describe it, but perhaps that's kind of just the style that they were going after. But we have a track list right here on the inside on this first page. And then we have a very gorgeous photo of Joy to kick things off. And then we have Wendy and Silgi right here. Then, of course, we have Irene. She's holding an ice cream cone. And then we have Yeri looking very beautiful in front of some surfboards. And then we get to a photo of Wendy here, and it looks like they're going to mix in the lyrics into this photo book for the big wave version. So I guess I can kind of start to talk about what I liked about this album. So for starters, I'm just going to get this out the way at the very beginning of the unboxing here, but I am first and foremost just so incredibly happy that Red Velvet is back together as OT5, and it has been just a joy for me to see, I guess, them perform all of these new songs and listen to their harmonies and their vocal layering again, and it's just so good. And Red Velvet is one of those groups for me. They're probably the group for me where they can do like very little wrong in my eyes. So I'm not going to be like hypercritical of like the songs on this album. There is one song that I'm not like super fond of, but because it's Red Velvet, I'm pretty sure I'm eventually going to come around to it. But I guess I can talk about the songs I like the most first. So Hula Hoop and Hawaii are my two favorite songs on this mini, and those have been my two favorite songs probably since my first listen. So I know when I listened to this mini the first couple times through, I had kind of picked those two songs out as like, ooh, okay, I like both of those songs the most. I really like them. I like the vibe that they have. And honestly, both of those songs kind of remind me of just like driving to the beach, not me myself, like being a passenger, but like driving to the beach, like as a kid, you know, sitting in the back seat and, you know, you're just anticipating like vacation, right? That's kind of what those songs remind me of. And I was lucky enough to, I guess, grow up pretty close to a bridge, a very long bridge, actually. I think it might actually be the longest freestanding bridge like in North America. I think it's a little over 5 miles long, I'm pretty sure. But if you live in the DMV, you definitely know what the Chesapeake Bay Bridge is. So it's about 5 miles long, and it stretches across the Chesapeake Bay, connecting essentially Annapolis to the eastern shore of Maryland. And so if you vacation a lot on the eastern shore, you typically visit like Ocean City, Maryland, or sometimes, you know, you'll visit Delaware beaches like Bethany Beach or Rehoboth Beach or Dewey Beach, one of those beaches, right? But when I was a kid, we would always go to Ocean City, and so that bridge is a bridge that we would cross very often, you know, anytime we vacationed every year. So I'm very familiar with that bridge, and anytime a song like Hula Hoop or Hawaii comes around, and it just reminds me of like those long drives to the beach, it reminds me of going over that bridge, because for me as a kid, I thought it was the coolest thing to like be driving over that bridge. You know, you're surrounded by water on all sides. It's a very long stretch of road. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes to get over it because it's a very long bridge. And, you know, I just kind of think about, you know, seeing all the boats and, you know, obviously if the sun's out, seeing the reflection of the sun on the water, and it's just such a gorgeous, like, picturesque picture, I guess, is what I'm trying to, I guess, paint in your guys' head, but it's something that's, like, ingrained into my brain because I grew up with it and, you know, spent, like I said, many times going over that bridge. But I just think of moments like that when songs like Hula Hoop and Hawaii come around, and so both of those songs really reminded me of those good times and, you know, the anticipation that you have when you're about to go on like a summer vacation to the beach. And so after those two songs, I think my next favorite song is probably going to be Orchestra. And honestly, that song has grown on me a little bit. I think it's kind of edging out Surfin' Boy as my next favorite song. Because Orchestra is just so incredible. It's kind of like, I feel like it's mostly the same note throughout the entire song. However, what wins me over is just all the vocal layering that's going on and the harmonies that's going on with Red Velvet in that song. It is just so good, and I actually came across a tweet. I think they were talking about Orchestra, and it was something to the effect of like God was in the studio that day, and I was like, yeah, I can definitely see like you thinking that was the case because the song is like so freaking good. So Orchestra is also really, really good. I like that song a lot. And then the title, Surfin' Boy, is probably my fourth favorite song on this mini, but that's not to say I dislike Surfin' Boy. I guess compared to other Red Velvet title tracks, it's not one of my favorites in terms of just like if I were to rank the Red Velvet title tracks, it's probably not like in the top 10, I would say. But Surfin' Boy is still really good. It still reminds me of the summer vibes, and vacation and stuff like that, you know, spending time at the beach, at the pool, whatever. And the music video, which I'll probably get into when we go into the next photo book, I guess, a little bit, because I'm already kind of close to the end for this photo book. But the music video was also really good, very interesting once again. And yeah, I just really enjoyed Surfin' Boy. And then we kind of get to the last song, I guess, on the list in terms of if I were to rank my favorite songs on this mini album. And that would be Hot Girl's Cold Vibe. And I have seen some discourse about this song, like on Twitter and stuff like that. And it seems like not a lot of folks like really like this song, although there is like a specific group of people that do really, really like this song. Like I think I saw a tweet that was like, oh, haha, I'm one of like the 10 people that like Hot Girl's Cold Vibe. And again, I don't dislike it. It's just, it feels like two songs spliced together, and it's not, I guess, done in a way where I still feel like it's super cohesive. Now, what I will say is I really like the chorus part for that song, and so the chorus part kind of like draws me into it. But like I said, because the verses and the chorus don't really match up and they don't really have like the same vibe to them, I kind of, it's gonna have to grow on me is what I'm trying to say. So like I said, I don't think it's a bad song, but it's probably my least favorite on the album as a whole. So that's kind of all my thoughts on the track list for Velvet Summer. So if you guys have a favorite track or you guys feel like ranking them in the comments below, definitely let me know. But I really like Hula Hoop and I really like Hawaii the most. I think those are my two favorite. And as the summer winds down here, I'm definitely going to be playing those as much as I can to kind of hang on to that feeling of summer until the calendar turns to fall, obviously, which is actually right around the corner because we're only about a month away from fall starting. So yeah, we are almost at the end of this photo book here. So we have some OT5 shots right here. So they're all holding the surfboards once again on the beach. And then we have another OT5 shot right there and right there. And then we do also have like a rainbow in the background right there. And then we have some credits on the second to last page. And then the last page is just kind of a copy of what the first page was. So that is the Big Wave photo book that we got for Velvet Summer. Let's go through the inclusions. Up first, I'm going to show the CD. So this is the CD sleeve that the CD comes in for this first copy here. And then this is a good look at this very pretty CD plate for, I guess, one cover of the Big Wave version. Like I said, I don't think they have names to the specific covers. I think they're both just called the Big Wave version. So I'm not totally sure how to differentiate them or what to call them, but this is the CD that we get for the first one. And I actually do want to mention something because this like tile kind of reminded me of something that happened during the teasers. So if you remember during the teasers, I think it was maybe the first or the second day that the teasers dropped, they dropped like a whole like tile, I guess, picture or whatever to kind of, get people hyped up for the album coming out in like a month or whatever. And SM, I both cannot believe, but also can very much believe that they did this, but they left the Gemini logo in the bottom right-hand corner of one of the tiles, essentially saying, yes, we like created this with AI. And I'm not saying that they should have created it with AI and removed it. My stance is kind of, you shouldn't have used AI at all. But it's like, to do something that grossly negligent in like an official teaser post, to just leave the Gemini logo in the teaser, I genuinely could not believe it, but also could believe it, sadly. So I wanted to bring that up, and I'm honestly really disappointed that they used AI for Red Velvet, because Red Velvet is obviously a group that takes a lot of pride in, just being super creative and being super original, I guess, with whatever they decide to do artistically and stuff. And so when they used AI for, I guess, the teaser, which we can kind of speculate whether they did or didn't for other teasers, but it was just kind of like, wow, SM like really does not care. Like Red Velvet has this like reputation to uphold, and SM is literally just like, we don't care. Because I'm sure if you ask any of the girls, they would probably say, yeah, we probably don't want that in there. But yeah, I don't know. That's kind of just like what I have to say about it. I just wish these companies would stop using AI, man. But I just feel like I wanted to talk about that briefly. Up next, we have the poster. And so this is going to be one of two. And we have a vertical poster up first. And it looks like they are all at the lifeguard post. And so we have Wendy, Irene, and Joy on the bottom right here. And then up top, we have Sugi and Yeri, and they're kind of surrounded with a whole bunch of surfboards and stuff like that. So very cool vertical poster. Hopefully we can pull the other poster in our other copy. Up next, it looks like we have a sheet of tattoos here. So as you can see, all of these are like backwards or upside down or whatever, and they do have a piece of plastic over top of them. So these are all tattoos, I guess, that you can kind of, put wherever on your body. But this one says Surfin' Boy, and then I'm trying to tell what the other ones say. Oh, okay, these are all like names. So this is Irene, this is Silgi, this is Yeri, I think, that's Joy, that's Wendy, and then this is the logo for the era. So those are all of the tattoos you get in the big wave version. Up next, we get a random postcard, and I think this might be 1 out of 5. So I think this might be a random member. So we are going to flip, and oh, okay, so we get a Yeri postcard right here. So she's in the blue top, and her hair looks super gorgeous in this photo. Like, oh my gosh. And then also just like the blue sky with like the super puffy clouds in the background looks so pretty. And then we also have like a couple surfboards in the shot here as well. So that is the random postcard that I got, and it's kind of hard to see on the back, but it looks like we do have some writing on the back here. I think it just says Surfin' Boy, and then it has the logo for the era as well, just a whole bunch of times on the back, and it is in yellow. All right, so up next we have the photo card, of course, and I feel like I do kind of already know who I'm going to get here, because I did catch a glimpse at the signature on the back of the photo card, because they did signatures on the back, and I think this is probably going to be an Irene photo card. So let's go ahead and flip and see. And we do get an Irene photo card here. So she looks super gorgeous in this photo card. It looks like she is laying on a towel, perhaps, I guess, on the beach. And she just looks so insanely beautiful. She has this like very pretty black hair in this photo. We have the blue sky in the background with some clouds. We also have her feet in the background, which now just reminds me of a tweet that I saw, because I did actually see this photo card come across the timeline. I was trying so hard to avoid like photo card spoilers for this comeback, but my algorithm was just like working overtime to try and show me like photo cards for this comeback. So I did actually end up seeing this photo card and knew it would be a photo card for this comeback, but I came across a tweet and someone was like, oh my God, it has her feet in it, so it's going to be like quadruple the price because people are going to go crazy, which, I mean, just like take that, I guess, bit of context with what you will, but at least I don't have to worry about paying for this photo card because I have it. So we have this Irene photo card here, and this is the back, and it's a very pretty yellow and white back. This is her message and then her signature, and it just says Surfin' Boy across the top. So yeah, I got this very pretty Irene photo card for my first big wave version. Let's go ahead and get into the other copy. Alrighty, so we have the other copy of the big wave version, and so this is the second cover here, so it's a little bit more of a, I guess, zoomed out shot, kind of far away, so they're all running away from the camera, and they all have surfboards again as well. And then we do have some very pretty artwork on the top. And I do want to point out this sticker in the top right here. This was actually on the outer plastic, but I saved the sticker, took it off the plastic. It was originally down here in the bottom right, but I just thought it would look better up here, so I stuck it up here on the actual album itself. And so that's where it's going to stay, at least on my copy of the big wave version. So that is the front. And then we have the back right here. So it's another photo of them with all of the surfboards. It looks like they're standing under a palm tree. And I did take out all the inclusions already, but I did just want to show you guys, once again, these are all the same photos that we just flipped through in the first copy. So even though the covers are different, which when I looked at the album details, even the detailed album details, like the ones they released a couple, I guess, days before the album comes out, those were kind of ambiguous. So they kind of made it seem like there was going to be two different photo books, but unfortunately SM just did what they always do, and they gave us the same photo book for the two covers. So let's go ahead and move on to the inclusions. Up first, we have the CD for this particular cover, and we have like a yellow and orange kind of tile concept right here for the sleeve, and then we pull the CD itself out, and this is the CD plate for this cover, and this is kind of the same as the other one, except this is yellow. So we see some waves right here, we see the sun, we see a palm tree with like some coconuts, and then we have a surfboard right there. So that is the CD for this second cover. Then we of course have the poster, and this is one of two, and unfortunately it looks like I pulled a duplicate poster. So I just got this poster in the previous copy, so hopefully when I get my other two big wave version copies, I can pull the other poster in one of those two copies. Then we have the tattoo sheet once again, so these are all the same tattoos as before. Then we have our random postcard, so we are going to flip and, okay, so we get an Irene postcard here. So she's sitting on the surfboard, and it looks like it's in the sand, but it's kind of pretty close to, I guess, the shoreline, so the water is kind of sort of rolling in up to the surfboard and her right here. But we have this very pretty blue sky in the background, and of course Irene is just so incredibly beautiful as well. And so this is the back of the postcard. It looks like it's the same as the previous postcard, so we did get lucky and pull a different postcard in this copy, and we're actually very much like Irene and Yeri blessed so far in this video, because both of my K-Town For You POBs were Irene and Yeri, and then all we've pretty much pulled is Yeri and Irene for our album inclusions as well. Lastly, we have the photo card, of course, and I did not see the back for this one, so I don't know who this is going to be, so we're going to flip and, oh my God. We got a Silgi photo card in this second copy of the big wave version, and it is, holy cow, this might be my favorite Silgi photo card of all time. Maybe? I don't know. Oh my gosh, I'm like borderline shaking right now. What the hell? This Seulgi photo card is so stunning. Oh my goodness. She looks absolutely breathtaking in this photo. We also have the, I guess, tattoo right here on her arm, but she's in this like pink top and she has her light brown hair, and oh my word, this is just an insane photo card. I might have to pick up another copy of this particular photo card and like display it on my shelf somewhere. Oh my gosh. But this is the back of the photo card as well, and Seulgi, man, she just gets so creative with her drawings on the backs of photo cards. I love this about her so much. So we of course have the Seulgi bear, and she drew Seulgi bear with a surfboard right here and then incorporated her signature into it. So that is so cute. And this is her message right here on the back, and it says Surfin' Boy at the top once again, and it is in yellow and white. But oh my word, I am so incredibly happy with that photo card pull. Like, that legitimately, I think, just like put itself at least within the top 10 of my favorite like Seulgi photo cards of all time. Like, that is an insane photo card. So that is all I got for the big wave version. Let's go ahead and move on to the high tide version. All right, so as I said, up next we have the high tide version. So there's only one cover for this, and I guess like one total version for this particular version. So we just have one photo book to flip through here, and I did already take all the inclusions out, but we have this super gorgeous like cover with an OT5 photo, and then it says Surfin' Boy on the bottom, but then we have like this rainbow holographic like art design around the edge, and it just looks so cool. And I really love this color as well, this like teal turquoise color. It's definitely giving like Jacksonville Jaguars. If you watch the NFL, which I really like their like Jaguar logo like on their helmet, and it does incorporate this teal color into it there. But we do have a track list on the back, so you can just see all 5 of the tracks in the top right corner there. And then we do have an OT5 photo of them looking like a cult and holding hands in the darkness right here. And we have a little wave drawing, I guess, on the bottom of the back. And then on the side, which there is a proper spine on this particular version, it just says Red Velvet Summer Mini Album and Velvet Summer, and then it has the logo for this era in the center right there. So that is the entire outside of the high tide version, and as I mentioned, this is a proper book, so it is hardback and it does have a spine, and so we can begin flipping through this. I'm actually just now noticing here that it seems like the photo book, at least for this particular copy that I got, is not really, I guess, glued or woven. Actually, it's not glued to the spine at all. I don't know if you guys can see this, but here, let me try to get it like kind of sort of close and in focus. It's like part of, so the photo book itself is a part of this paper that I guess they just pasted to this side, and then I guess back here like on this side, but then they didn't glue it in the center, so it's kind of detached from the spine of the photo book. So again, I'm not really a fan of that, but I suppose as long as, you know, these sides stay glued down, which I presume that they will, nothing will be wrong. But I feel like that was a corner that was cut, I guess I should say. So that is what we got for, I guess, just like the whole photo book in general in terms of like how it was made and put together. So let's go ahead and actually get into this photo book and start talking, I think, a little bit about the MV, because I said I was going to start talking about that. So I think the back cover of this particular photo book was a good segue into what the MV was about, because it was once again all 5 of the Red Velvet girlies trying to make a boy's life a living nightmare. In the music video. So in the music video, one of the, I guess, mermans or mermaids was getting close to Irene, and Yeri thought that was a little bit too close, and so Yeri was like, I'm going to take matters into my own hands. Eat this crossbow. And so that was kind of a callback to the Peekaboo music video, of course, because that's kind of sort of what happened in that music video where they kind of terrorized a pizza boy. And it's just another music video, man, where like they go with this, like, I don't know, it's not like a cult concept, but it's kind of just like, it's like their thing now, where it's like they kind of just terrorize like a random boy. And like in this music video, not only did Yeri shoot him with the bow and arrow, but apparently like they made it seem like they had done this to other guys in the past, and they had like jars with like, you know, I guess mermaid stuff in them, and then they were making like cocktails with those jars. So it's like, okay, are they like offing these guys and then also just like drinking them like at the same time or afterwards? Like it was kind of just funny to like, I guess, like I said, they're kind of just, I guess, living that meme. I guess it is kind of a meme, but also not a meme because it happens pretty often in their music videos. But I thought it was very cute, very funny. It kind of reminded me a little bit, the music video I'm now talking about, but the music video kind of reminded me a little bit of The 13th Year, which is another Disney Channel original movie from like when I was a kid. And I think it was, if I remember the premise correctly, it was this kid who, when he turns 13, he basically starts becoming a merman. So that was kind of a, you know, something that just reminded me of that when I was watching the music video, just because a lot of the elements that they use, a lot of the colors, a lot of just the, I guess, overall vibe of the music video kind of reminded me of that movie. One thing I did also want to mention as we stop on a photo of Joy here, this is not specifically related to the music video for Surfin' Boy, but I did want to mention that Joy did get some credits. In fact, we actually have it right here. So Korean lyrics by Joy. Joy did get some lyricist credits on Surfin' Boy and then also Hawaii. So I thought that was pretty cool, and I was very happy for Joy, I guess, to be a lyricist on a couple tracks on this mini album. And I definitely think it tracks in terms of like those songs, Surfin' Boy and Hawaii, I think are very Joy coded. Like I think they would definitely be on From Joy with Love, for example, right? Which is Joy's like solo album that she released last year, right? It's very summery, and it's just very, you know, like I said, it has like a vacation vibe to it. I've mentioned that a couple times in this unboxing already, but being that Joy is from Jeju, I think that definitely like makes sense in terms of, you know, those are the style of songs that she likes and the style of songs that, you know, she is going to write, I guess. But as we move on to the rest of this photo book, I did also want to mention that just in general right now, there is so much going on in Revolove land. It's kind of crazy because we obviously have this comeback first and foremost and this mini album. So Velvet Summer happened, and they also had their fan con for, I think it was just 2 days. I can't remember, was it 3 or 2? It might have actually been 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But they had their fan con at the beginning of this month to kind of lead into the release of this mini album. And so that was also a big thing for them. That happened in Korea, of course. And I think they announced a couple dates for Irene and Seulgi to do like an Asia tour, I think much later down the line. Maybe that's happening like in the fall or maybe like early 2027, I think I saw. So that's going to be coming down the line for both of them. But there's so much other stuff going on. Like I bought FanCon merch for the FanCon, obviously. I went kind of all out with the albums for Surfin' Boy and Velvet Summer. And then also SM just announced yesterday, as of me recording this video, they're going to do merch for Surfin' Boy era, which I don't think I'm going to buy any of that because I've spent way too much money this era already. But there's that going on as well. And then in addition to that, starting I think this Friday on Mnet, there's going to be another season of the Level Up project. And so I personally am very much looking forward to watching that as well. So I think what's going to happen with that is it's going to be live on Mnet, I guess, the first week, and then they're going to upload those episodes a week later to their YouTube channel. So I guess if you watch it live, and like if you have Mnet, I guess, you can watch it live this Friday, I think the 14th. But if you want to wait until I guess it gets released on YouTube, you have to wait until the 21st for the first episode. And then, of course, all those subsequent episodes afterwards, so episode 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever down the line, those were also released on their YouTube channel after the 21st, I guess, week by week. But you're going to be like a week behind from when it was actually released. So, like, if you want to watch it on YouTube, you might see some, like, I guess, clips and stuff on Twitter or Instagram, maybe, of like spoilers and stuff like that. So I haven't quite decided if I'm going to watch it live. I'm pretty sure I have the Mnet channel because I have a Samsung TV, and I think it's like free, like on Samsung TV. If you have a Samsung TV, you can watch the Mnet channel. So I might be able to watch it live, but the thing is like it comes on, I think at like 8 p.m. Korean time, which is like 7 a.m. here. I guess the same day. So yeah, the morning of the episode, it'll be 7 a.m. here. So I don't really know if I'm going to wake up that early, but yeah, that's definitely an option. I might just end up watching it on YouTube, kind of just like on a week delay. But this is the end of the photo book, and yeah, that's kind of just like, I guess, a little note to end on that Red Velvet is super busy right now, and I'm just really liking how, like, just active they are right now, and I love it so much. And yeah, that is the end of the High Tide version photo book, so let's get into the inclusions. Sticking with the theme of doing the CD first here, we have the CD sleeve that it comes in, so it just says Surfin' Boy on that side, and then it says Red Velvet Summer Mini Album, Velvet Summer, on the bottom of this side right here, and it is a very pretty teal color. And then we have this super gorgeous, oh my gosh, look at this CD plate. This is incredible. You know what this also reminds me of? Okay, so this reminds me of the Disney movie Beauty and the Beast. So that was released in what, like 94, 93, somewhere around there. But it reminds me of that Disney movie because I forget exactly what is in the movie. I don't know if it was like the stained glass windows or something like that, but this design is kind of reminding me of something in that movie. I cannot quite place it right now, but yeah, it just reminds me of that, and this is just an absolutely stunning and gorgeous CD plate. I hope this was not made with AI. If this was made with AI, I'm gonna be so mad at you, SM, like, oh my gosh. But yeah, that is the CD plate for the High Tide version. Then, of course, we have the poster, which I do believe is the same poster across all copies. So I think there's only one poster that you can get in this copy. And so this is the poster. So we have an OT5 photo of Red Velvet right here. So from left to right, we have Wendy, Yeri, Irene, Joy, and Silgi. It looks like they're like on the top half of this vertical poster. And then the bottom half, I think, is like sand mixed with like reflective ocean water and stuff like that. It actually kind of low-key looks like the solar system or like the galaxy, I guess, like the universal galaxy. But yeah, that's kind of what the poster is for the High Tide version, and like I said, you only get one poster in this version, so yeah, that's the one you get. Up next, I'm going to show all of the stickers that you get, and I do believe all of these come in each copy of the High Tide version, so I think we're going to get a sticker for each of the members, and then also a Surfin' Boy sticker. So we have Silgi right there. Then we have a Joy sticker, and these are holographic, as you can tell. Then up next we have a Wendy sticker, and then we have the Surfin' Boy sticker, and then we have an Irene sticker right here. So this is Irene. She has a starfish on her sticker. And then last but not least, we have a Yeri sticker right here. So all 6 of these stickers come in every single High Tide version, I do believe, or High Tide version copy. So as long as you get this copy, you will get those stickers. Then we do get a random postcard, and this is one of the 2 things that are randomized in this version. So we have a random postcard and a random photo card, of course. This is going to be one of 5 for the postcard. So we're going to flip, and oh, okay, so we get a Joy postcard right here. She looks so stunning in this photograph, And she has like the little, I guess, prosthetic ear, which I think all of the members had for this particular photo shoot. But the makeup here just looks so incredible. She looks so gorgeous in that photo. And then this is the back of the postcard right here. So I can't quite tell what that says. I actually don't know if that's any words. I can see like a boy surfing right here. I can see perhaps like a whale's fin or maybe like a dolphin's fin. I don't really know what's going on right here. I honestly cannot tell. But something else is going on right there. Those are all the pictures on the back of this postcard. All right, so last but not least, we have the final photo card pull of the day and our one photo card pull for the high tide version. I did not see beforehand who I pulled, so let's go ahead and flip. And oh my gosh, we got Seulgi again. She looks so cute here. Look how adorable Seulgi looks in this photo card, you guys. Oh my gosh, oh my days. She has her very pretty light brown hair. Once again, it's actually a little bit wet. And she has that like prosthetic ear like Joy was wearing in the postcard right there. And she's in this like white dress or top, and she's kind of surrounded, I guess, like, I don't know, it looks like she's in like a black void, just like in a void somewhere, but she's probably like on set where it's just like really, really dark, and the lighting is so good on that photo card. And then we flip over to the back, and the back is once again teal, so this matches the color of the K-Town For You pre-order benefits. I really, really like this color teal. Like, I love it so, so much. And Seulgi, once again, drew Seulgi Bear holding a surfboard right here and incorporated her signature into it. And then this is her message on the bottom right there, so if you want to pause and read it. And it does say Surfin' Boy across the top. But I am so happy and over the moon that we pulled my bias in both of our copies today, or both of our versions today. Obviously, I pulled Irene in that first copy of the Big Wave version, but to get Seulgi's 2 album photo cards in, I guess, my first copies of this particular release, I am so happy with that. So that's all I got for this unboxing. So let me go ahead and bring everything back into frame, and then I will outro. Okay, so that is all I got for this unboxing of Red Velvet's summer mini album, Velvet Summer. I am very happy with all of the postcard and photo card pulls today. We obviously did not pull any duplicates whatsoever. We really didn't have that much of an opportunity to pull duplicates, but regardless, very happy that I got different postcards and photo cards for all of my copies here today. And just let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about this comeback, if you're enjoying it, if you're disliking it, whatever. And if you guys have like any favorite songs or anything like that, just let me know in the comment section below, and I'm very excited to hear from you guys. Next week's video is kind of up in the air in the sense that I don't exactly know how I'm going to map it out quite yet, because it depends upon when my Sminis for Velvet Summer arrive to me. So I obviously want to do a separate unboxing video for those Sminis and my 2 additional copies of the Big Wave version, so we can see those photo card pulls as well. But because there are only 2 weeks left in August, and I still need to reserve one of those weeks for my photo card collection flip through video, which needs to happen in August, that means I only have 1 week to kind of figure out, okay, am I going to do a Smini unboxing, or am I going to do my photo card storing video, which I had planned to do before my photo card collection tour. But then I was also thinking I could maybe film both videos and upload them in the same week. So perhaps if my Sminis get to me in a timely manner this week, I can film 2 videos next week. One will be the Smini unboxing, and then one will be the storing photo cards video, and I can upload both of those next week. And then the week after that, we can move into my photo card collection tour, and then just whatever comes after that, I don't know for sure, but we will definitely have more videos like in the pipeline coming down the line. So that's the situation right now, and I'm just going to play it by ear and decide what I want to do next week whenever I get the albums or don't get the albums. So you guys will definitely know next week by the videos that I post, but I just wanted to kind of keep you guys in the loop. So that's all I got for this unboxing video. So thank you so much for making it to this point in the video if you did. I hope you have an awesome day or night whenever you watch this, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Have a good one. Bye.